Welcome back to the Adventurous channel. We are in Flagstaff, Arizona area on our way along Route 66 heading east. Today we are exploring Sunset Crater Volcano National Monument. We will do several short hikes, Lenox Crater Trail and Lava Field Flow Trail. This monument preserves a classic example of cinder cone. The top of the cinder cone is oxidized in reddish colors. That's why it's called the Sunset Crater. The latest volcanic activity here was in the 11th century. The first trail we are going to do is Lenox Crater Trail. Let's go!
We have just hiked up the Lenox Crater Trail and we are now standing here right at the top of Lenox Crater. Now, much like Sunset Crater, this is a volcano. We're standing right on the rim here and you cannot do that over at Sunset Crater. Lenox Crater though was formed hundreds of thousands of years before Sunset Crater. It's pretty cool to be standing here right on the edge, looking down into the crater behind me. Behind me you can see San Francisco volcano, and you can tell from its very steep sides and its sheer size just how significant and how huge that eruption must have been. As we're hiking down the trail here, I just noticed you can see it dropping off on either side, and that's because we're literally hiking around the rim of the volcano right now.
Our next trail was the Trail. It is a short loop just 0.2 miles long. Is from the Hawaiian word for stony rough lava. And yes, sturdy footwear is definitely needed for this trail. We made a quick stop at the visitor center and now we're back on the trails, this time at Lava Flow Trail. At the visitor center we also picked up this Lava Flow Trail guide. Lava Flow Trail is a 1-mile loop hike around the base of Sunset Crater Volcano. While it used to be possible to hike to the summit, the trail was closed in 1973 because of excessive erosion caused by hikers. Nowadays, the Lava Flow Trail is as close as you can get to the Sunset Crater Volcano.
This area was formed between 1040 and 1100 AD. But how do we know that? Well, as it turns out, there's 3 different ways that scientists have been able to use to confirm the age of this area, and hence the eruption. The first is archaeologists actually did some excavation work, and they found pit houses from the nearby Wupatki that they were able to date into that time range, into the 1040 to 1100 time range. The second was to look at growth rings of trees that were growing in the area. Although obviously some trees were killed during the eruption, there were others that continued to grow, but their growth rings showed disturbances. By doing dating on the growth rings of the trees, they also put the age of this area into that same time range. And thirdly is to look at the rock itself. By using paleomagnetic studies, the scientists were actually able to look at the magnetic field that is present in the rocks. And again, that also puts this lava flow into the time range of 1040 to 1100 AD.
Less than 1,000 years ago, around 1085 CE, Sunset Crater Volcano erupted, spewing red-hot rock and fire up to 850 feet into the air. Runny basalt magma had mixed with water underground, and when this reached the Earth's surface, the water transformed to steam, causing the liquid rock to explode into the air. As these droplets of rock cooled in the air, they solidified, falling back to Earth as tiny rocks known as lapilli or cinders. It is these cinders that form the iconic cone-shaped volcano, the Sunset Crater Volcano cinder cone that we see today.
Last couple of months we spent in Arizona and Californian deserts, and I really enjoyed learning about the plants and wildflowers and cacti, especially in the spring while they're blooming. But now we are at way higher elevations and there are more trees around here. So I'm kind of looking forward to learn all different kind of trees. Today this is two-needle pinyon. We're here at the Cinder Hill Overlook, and this concludes our visit to Sunset Crater Volcano National Monument. Now we'll continue forward to the Wupatki National Monument. So please subscribe and stick around to see the next video.
What the bejesus was that?
Was it that big?
It was huge. That was like the size of an eagle. Wow.